Good morning. Welcome to Afway TV. Thank you for stopping by my channel to watch my videos. If you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button so that you'll be alerted whenever I drop a new video. But if you've been coming here and you have never subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Guys, today I'm going to talk about the IV issuances for the month of February. All right. Today I'm going to make my video a little different. In prior months, I've call out the number of IVs that were issued in the DV category or the DV class from different embassies or different posts. But today it's going to be a slight video explaining what the statistics show. All right, so guys, I'm not going to talk too much about this, but before we get into that presentation, guys, please take a moment and subscribe if you haven't. All right, and enjoy the video. Okay, so what we have here is the DV issuances from the month of February. So that is just last month. Interestingly, State Department pumped this data out there quickly because if you have been observant, you know that the previous months it took longer before we got that information. But nonetheless, we are happy that they are, working faster. All right, so I broke down the data into regions to see how the regions are performing. Looking at what we have right now, in Africa, there's 647 DV that have been issued in the month of February. Asia, 217. Europe, 977. North America is 8. Oceania, 3. South America and the Caribbean is 70, bringing the total to 1,922. This is pretty impressive because from the previous month it was 945. So this is almost 3 times. So let's say about two and a half times of what we saw in previous month. But of course, there are a lot of cases that are still waiting to get decisions made on them. So definitely, even though we're happy to see, some improvement or some movement, we still want more. We want the embassies to step up. But it's interesting that majority of the visas that were issued are from Europe, and meanwhile, Africa has the largest number of selectees. So we hope that this will be a wake-up call to the embassies in the Africa region to step up and step up to the plate. um but South America is doing their own thing with 70 DV issued. Asia 217, so they can do better because they also have quite a sizable number of selectees. But definitely Africa can do better because of uh, the disparity in the numbers of selectees and IV issued. All right, so I don't know what this will do for you, but I hope this gives you a little bit of an insight into what happened last month. We hope that it will be better, bigger improvement in the next in this month, so that that information will be reflected in next month's IV issuance data. All right, but there you have it, guys. Um, so um, if you want to have a better look at what was represented on the table, this is a graphical chart that put things in better perspective, guys. Because now you see column, you see Europe in the tall column, and then you have Africa over here, you have Asia, North America, you have Oceania, and then you have South America here. And I put the numbers up here so that there's no guessing, right? But this is a graphical representation of what we saw on the table. So if you were, when you look at a table and you're wondering, it's like, okay, I see that these are the numbers, but okay, are you able to connect to see what is actually happening? But I hope that this, graph makes it better, or this chart, it gives you a better perspective of what is happening or what happened in the month of February in all of these embassies. Uh, Looking at Europe, like keep going high and high. But we hope that things will improve for other embassies that are yet to get there. Now we'll look at the number of posts that are approving DV cases by region. I miss an S here. But it's a good thing to see that the embassies are issuing visas, but what if it's just a couple of embassies and then the rest are not working? Then one embassy is overworked and then the others are, barely, catching, a break. All right. Um, so when you look at the this one, the number of posts in Africa, 19 embassies are approving DV cases. Guys, this does not represent the number of embassies that are actually working, because it is possible for an embassy to be working, but they give no visas, right? So it's possible for somebody to go for interview for DV case and not get a visa, all right? But here you see um, 19 embassies in Africa region, 21 embassies in Asia, 35. Once again, Europe is just kicking the tails of all the other regions, all right? But we could all do better. We can catch up because we have a lot of embassies. So they need to step up. And then North America is 2 embassies. And then Oceania is just 1. South America and the Caribbean is 11. So this just shows you what is happening. So, looking at 35 embassies issuing 977 cases in Europe, and in Africa 19 to 647. So that is pretty wide right there. um, but guys, nonetheless, this is something that we need to look at and see, and understand the situation that is happening over there. Once again, if you want like a graphical or a chart to see exactly what the previous table represent, this is what we have here. Of course, Europe is, the higher or the taller column because of the high number. It is the majority, is dominating. But Africa can catch up Asia. All right. The interesting thing is that when you come back here, the interesting thing is that Asia has 21 embassies that are approving DV cases, but when you look at the number of IVs that were issued, Africa had 647, meanwhile Asia had 217. So that means that, Asia has slightly more embassies that are working, but they are not giving as many DVs as Africa. All right, so that is a good thing to see. If you're from Africa, but if you're from Asia, or if you fall in the Asia region and you're waiting for your interview in Asia, that is something that might be of a little bit of concern. But at the end of the day, there are plenty of visas available. Okay, guys, because there are 55,000 visas available. And so long as your case is solid, you're able to present yourself well, you are able to present genuine documents, and you just pray to God and God on your side, then you should be able to sail through, because visas are available. Okay, it's not like visas are not available or they're almost running out of visas, and so even if your case is good, if you have a solid case, there's a possibility that you will not get a visa. That is not that case. What we're seeing now is that there are a lot of visas available, and looking at the total number of visas that have been issued to date, today is 3,071. All right, guys, this does not include the number of adjustment of status for DV winners who are currently in the United States. But if we are talking about just the number of visas that have been issued to diversity visa selectees for the 2022 fiscal year, then it's 3,071. This is nowhere near 55,000, all right? So, guys, there is more there are more visas available for grabs, so you just have to make sure that your case is solid, you're doing what you're supposed to do so that you get your visa. All right, so that is the end of the chart, me showing you this data, but we'll move on to some other stuff.
Right. I hope you enjoy my analysis of um the February 2022 DV issuances. All right. And I don't know whether you agree with me or not, but this is what I get from the data. All right. I hope that it throws more light on what you're seeing. I don't know whether it was exactly what you were expecting or it, still leaves you in limbo. I don't know. But whatever you take away from that data, just know that this is what was brought out there. You can add your own perspective to it. You can add your own interpretation to it. But know that the data that I presented, the charts that I show, they were not manipulated in any way. Nothing was taken out. Nothing was added to, skew any of the data. It's just the raw data. All right. Not much manipulation happening here. But guys, thank you so much for sticking around and watching my videos. If you're new to the Greek Alloy price or you are already in the process and you need more guidance and advice, please subscribe to my channel. Share my videos with your friends and family so that they will learn and understand the rules of the game. All right. And you can find me on Facebook, Wafoi TV, Twitter, Wafoi TV, on YouTube here as Wafoi TV, and you can find me on TikTok platform is Ikia Wafoi. All right, and guys, you can join my Greek Aluri groups: Greek Aluri Africa, Greek Aluri Ghana, Greek Aluri Winners, and then moving to America /Wafoi TV. Thank you so much for your support and kindness. I hope that you enjoy my video and it helps you get to your destination, which is America. All right. I love you guys and I'll see you on my next video. Bye bye.